What's going on, y'all? Love and a half nots. The haves and the have nots. Okay, season 3. I think this episode 20 something. Girl, it's a lot. So let's just get into it. This was somewhat of a filler episode for me. Okay, but it got good at the end. And when I tell you it got good at the end, it got good at the end. So at the very beginning of this episode, we still back at the tow yard. You know, Maggie and David, they still talking about two different things. David like, why you bring me here? What are you talking about? And all this stuff. And, you know, he basically professing the fact that he loves the hell out of Veronica and would never ever leave her. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, okay, David. Now you can call David not. Some people may look at him like, oh, look at him throughout all the stuff. You know, he taking his vows seriously from sickness and health, you know, death, do us part, and good times and bad times. I'm going to stick with you. I love you and all this stuff. And yes, that's a man standing by his woman. But you can also look at him as dumb as fuck because this woman has done everything in the book. Like, okay, you know, if she talking bad about your son, that didn't work, and trying to set him up and all that stuff, that didn't work. Let's get on the fact that she literally tries to kill your ass. He's still gonna stay. And I said, Maggie, you need to stop. You just need to stop because Veronica can cut his penis off and he will still stay, okay? You know, I just don't know when. It seemed like David was about to reach his breaking point, but I just, you know, it can be a false, false little green screen or whatever because you just don't know with David these days. Um, next thing you know, Jim goes down to the jail, right? Trying to see what happened. You got the 3 cops, the 2 white cops and the black cop. Now the black cop, if you go back a couple of episodes ago, he was there when the shift changed and he was like, you know, you better do what you gotta do, get down on your knees and, shit like that, all that stuff. I was like, okay. I remember you, boo-boo. So Jim comes in pissed as fuck. What happened? They tell him, you know, he got into a fight. Rico got shanked in the yard or whatever, so he had to go to the infirmary, and another prisoner was in there. You know, he just so happens to be a rapist slash murderer too. You know, so it just so happens that he was up in there, and you know. Jim gets pissed the fuck off. He was like, how can you let this happen? It was like it wasn't us. It was a shift change. We don't know what happened. And he went over there to old boy. I think his name was Terrell, the black guy. And it just gave me so much of, I don't know. I don't know whether it's because they down in the South or it's because Jim is just so fucking arrogant to everybody that he gets around. And he think he just throw his weight around and all that stuff. But that whole scene gave me plantation master versus slaves tease. That's what it gave me. Because he was like, how the fuck you did this, and I'm going to look in your background, and I'm going to get your bank statement, and if I see anything, you know, more than what you spent, or more than what you make, I'm going to find your family, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fuck them up, and I'm going to murder you in front of them, and all this stuff, you know, and he punching them. I mean, I'll be upset too, but Jim, it's really not their fault. It's your fault. I understand you trying to teach your son a lesson, but you should have took him out when Catherine said, let's go back and get him. Okay? That's on you. And, he go over there being pissed off, but then he go to Wyatt and he try to play it off like he wasn't mad. And, he was like, Tad, you gotta get me out of here. He was like, no, you gotta learn. You want to turn yourself in, you're gonna stay here. I said, Jim, take that boy out of there. What are you doing? But then Jim goes back into the office and stuff, and he started crying and all that stuff. I was like, yeah, you should feel bad. And let me tell you what it is. Wyatt deserves to learn a lesson. Yes. I get that you're trying to show him that this is what life is like in prison and all this stuff, but you kind of set this shit up for it to happen because anything could have happened. And, I think Jim went around it the wrong way. It's like Beyond Scared Straight gone wrong. It really is. And you go back there crying, feeling guilty. And I think all the stuff, at that moment when he was crying, I really do feel like all the stuff that was going through Jim man was all the times that he was not really there for his kids. And he put his kids in harm's way, or they needed him and he was out doing other stuff. Like they said, when Amanda was being born, he was out fucking with Celine. When Wyatt and them was going through that shit with the priest, he was out fucking with Celine. He wasn't there to help. He wasn't there to help, and to protect his kids or whatever. And look at what's going on. You're like the common denominator in all of this. Minus Veronica ass. We're going to get on that bitch in a second. But, what eventually winds up happening is Jim does take Wyatt out. And he in the car basically like, I have to teach you a lesson. You'll be all right. I said, Jim, now you know what went on. And I guess it's a man thing or whatever because they not trying to mention what happened. But they trying to put on the front, Jim trying to put on the front like he ain't heard that, his son got fucked up. And, Wyatt said something. And Jim was like, oh shit, wait a minute, are you mad? You the one that wanted to go to the DA. You the one that wanted to do this and do that. So I guess you're not going to do it. I said, Jim, shut up, because he got every right to be pissed. His asshole hurts, okay? You better stop that shit. Then, anyway, moving on from that, he gets home and, Catherine sees him and was like, girl, he ain't finna go to this press conference we finna have. It was like, I know he gonna stay home. Girl, Wyatt goes upstairs and called Jeffrey and was like, boy, bring your ass over here, come to the back and, take me out. They go to the back. Jeffrey, like, after asking all these questions, what's going on? And I was in jail for 2 days or something. And they beat my ass. And they did. Listen, I just gotta go because you're the only person that I trust. Where you want me to take you, boo? Anywhere but here. I was like, look at y'all. Okay, you go to your friend, whatever. I think Jeffrey gonna move in with Candace. How y'all feel about that? But that was basically that scene. Then let's get to the Veronica scene. Jeffrey comes to the campaign office where David is at. And, he trying to see what's going on with him. And Jeffrey tells him, so I get back to my house, right? And, she done moved this bitch up in my crib and all this up, put her name on at least and took my name off. He was like, you know what? Fuck your mama right now. Here's some money and I'll set you up somewhere else. He was like, no. And I was proud of Jeffrey for doing this. He was like, no. The only way I'ma really get out of this is if I stop taking money from y'all and I gotta go do my own thing. I gotta go get a job on my own and I gotta do all this shit. I said, yes the fuck you do. Yes the fuck you do. Okay? And, Jeffrey kind of read David. Like, Daddy, you never let me get away with anything when I was younger. I broke the damn school window. You got on my ass. For real. Okay? So why is it that you sitting here letting mama do all this stuff? You scared of this bitch? And he was like, no, I love her. I said, no, you scared. I am not scared of her. Yes, you are. Or you just haven't reached your limit and you just blinded by love and think that she'll come around. And then here come, when they get through, but she calling Veronica, I don't know where the fuck you at, but you better bring your ass down here to this campaign office right about now. I said, oh, David. Ooh. And then Veronica sachets her ass up in there. Mind you, Jim had called David and was like, bitch, how the fuck you know what was going on at the jail? Who the fuck did this? Give me a name. He was like, I might have a name. I'll give it to you later. He was like, don't say no Mike, because then you know. And I was like, yeah, just say Veronica, because Jim don't really like Veronica either. It's a mutual dislike between them right about now. And Veronica sachets her ass up in there. He was like, what the hell is you doing? Why are you doing all this stuff? And she was like, girl, he said, what you was doing at the tow yard? Fucking around, bitch. He literally said that. Veronica literally said that she was sleeping around. David literally bypassed that like he did not hear that and listed everything that she's done. See what he was like, your son come out, you getting pissed with that. You set him up and make him have sex under the influence with this girl around the time that she's ovulating, get her pregnant. You try to set me on fire. You put your best friend's son in a prison cell or whatever to get raped and all that stuff with a known rapist and a murderer. And you doing all this shit, and you using Wyatt's Jeffrey Carr to blackmail him and all this stuff and yada yada yada. Like, you need help. Veronica said you missed one. And she was like, what? She smiled and said, having hot sex with a stranger. I said, David, slap her. Now, I was waiting for a slap to come. I'm not here for domestic violence and shit, but that kind of deserved a slap or almost like, oh, bitch. And you just get that force back like, I'm not going to do it, but bitch, you got it coming. You know, Jeffrey was saying what everybody was saying. She needs to get hers. He is tired of Veronica getting away with stuff and nothing happening to her. When will she suffer the consequences? And we are all waiting for that. And David, I thought he was going to start giving her some of the consequences then, because I thought he was really going to slap the shit out of her. But of course he did. And, you know, it was just like, girl, Veronica just don't give no fucks, okay? Just give no fucks at all. And then when the campaign, because, you know, Jim and Catherine, they supposed to be doing this. Well, Jim's supposed to be doing this little interview with this lady, this reporter lady, and they're supposed to be announcing that he's about to run for governor. Okay. When they come down and Maggie's there, of course, she's getting everything set up. Veronica out there. Maggie looked at Veronica. She's like, move, bitch. Catherine said, Veronica. She's like, that bitch know I don't like her. I said, woo! Veronica is off the fucking bragging right now. She done flipped over all tracks and tried to get back on not one time. Okay? And she just don't really care. Okay? And I just can't wait until we finally get that episode. Knowing how this show is, gonna probably be 5 seasons down the line, where Veronica realized, I really fucked up. My husband did not fuck this bitch. He's been faithful to me this whole time. And I just overreacted like a motherfucker, okay? And so after that, you know, back at the hospital, all this shit that was going on with Candace can't come see the child because they have to go to court. And the judge has to decide whether or not Candace is going to be stable enough, you know, at her home. They got to verify her home address. They got to verify her job and all this stuff. And when they do that, and if it's up to the standards or whatever, that's when I guess they're going to give Quincy to her. Because technically, she is his guardian. That's rightfully her child. Okay? And here's my thing. So she can't go see Quincy Jr. Then all of a sudden, Hannah come up in there, and the social worker tell her the same thing. You can't see her, and all this stuff. And, you know, she like, well, I can sit outside the room and all this, and yada, yada, yada. And I can talk to the Judge Ferrera. I can wait till his decision. And, you know, my daughter is evil. My daughter is this. My daughter is that. And, you know, she's not stable. I just want to do this. And I just want to love my grandson. I need that baby in my life and all this stuff. I really do think, like, Quincy Jr. for Hannah, the reason why she wants to, it's like a do-over for what she didn't do right with Candace. She want to do right with Quincy Jr. That's what it feels like so much to me. And you can really see the apple don't fall too far from the tree from Candace and Hannah. They so vindictive against each other. And it's like, where is the love? You know they love each other. But the shit that they both doing to each other, it's like, it's just like hate. And I don't want to say hate. Well, really, really strong dislike. But I got a feeling one of them hate the other. Okay? Or it's borderline finna cross over to that region of hate. Okay? Hannah, I get that you think that, you know, your daughter, she doing a whole bunch of bullshit. She always in some mess, and you want a stable environment for your your grandchild. But that is her son. You have to let the courts handle this stuff, okay? And you put it in now, and y'all doing that little display in front of the social worker, and you just, I think Hannah went too far. Like, she did too much with her trying to get, you know, make Candace look bad. She did too much too fucking soon for me. And it kind of backfired because now she can't, by the judge rights, none of them can see the baby. And they might fuck around and have that baby get put in foster care and none of them can get custody. And then what you gonna do then? Who you gonna blame then? You gotta blame both of y'all, okay? And Hannah goes over to, she goes back to work, and before she goes back to work, she get a phone call. First of all, I ain't no social workers can do this, tell them what's going on, but somebody violating somewhere, and the little social worker lady called her and basically said that the judge, the home checked out or whatever, but they still waiting on Candace's place of work because the lady was asking Candace where you work at. Oscar ass was still there and was like, we'll get back to you, okay? Just let her go, okay? She'll be cool, just wait a minute. And Hannah goes back to work and, Catherine sees that something's wrong and she's telling her what's going on. And, both of them, now, Catherine can't stand Candace. So any way that she can stick it to her, hey, she's all for it. So she was like, bitch, you need a judge? Who is it? Ferreira, I know him. We can work this shit out. I said, ain't this about a bitch? But Hannah, you better use your connections, okay? Catherine is your ace-bone coon, all right? Y'all remember the reason why Catherine and Hannah got close is because, Hannah was there for her when she was going through her breast cancer scare. And, I think Hannah was the only one who knew that she had breast cancer. But after that, Candace, she signed the dotted line and got both houses right. She getting ready to move in or whatever. And Oscar was still there. He was like, you want me to go? She was like, yeah, because my brother coming. He was like, okay. And then she was like, no, I want you to stay. But my brother's coming. I was like, Candace, leave him. Because he's doing too much. But whatever. Benny comes over. And he just looking around like, damn, bitch, how you get all this shit? Where you get this? She was like, my job, all this stuff. Mind you, she said it's because of her job. But when they was in the hospital, she couldn't tell them that she had the job and all that stuff. And the reason why Hannah was getting excited when the social worker called is because they went and looked up, even though, Candace didn't give them the job where she worked at, but, an actual job place, a real place. When they mentioned that law firm, they looked it up and they said that they never heard of her. I said, God damn, Candace, shit ain't looking good for nobody right about now. But, Benny just like, how you getting all this stuff? And she was like, basically, I brought these houses on foreclosure and, the mortgage is only $800 a month. I said, oh, okay. And, she made up this elaborate lie. And Benny is just so dumb and dissy and he's just falling for it. I'm just saying, like, damn, I would really question where a bitch got all this shit from. Knowing how my family is and knowing. Hold on one second, y'all. What was I talking about? Yeah, Benny, he's just stupid, okay? He's not really questioning a lot of stuff. And then when Candace showed him the second house and that it was for him, and then he was like, yo, mama coming up in here, this one could be cool for mama. Candace was like, hell no, this bitch ain't coming up in here. He was like, well, I don't want the house. He was like, that's the only condition. You can have this house, but mama not coming up in here. And he was like, well, bitch, you can put this shit on the market because I'm not finna leave mama up in the hood. I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on, but it ain't finna happen over here. It was like, okay, let her come and let her find out it's for me. She ain't gonna wanna come, so you can do what the fuck you wanna do. I said, y'all just petty. I'm petty. Yeah. And I said, but that's some real shit. Because some families do be acting like that. And we went through a period of time like that up in my family between my mom and her mom. I was like, y'all just need to get that shit together. But they cool as fuck now. It is what it is. Sometimes y'all just go through y'all moments where y'all not seeing eye to eye. And from the looks of it, Candace and them ain't never really been seeing eye to eye. Eye to eye. Oh my God. I need to go look at the Goofy movie. Okay, no. Anyway, that was my shit. If you ain't seen the Goofy movie, you gotta go see the Goofy movie. Tell me, Cam, when you did that shit. But anyway, moving on. The end of the episode, basically, they were at the press conference. Jim is getting ready to do the interview. The lady, oh my God, I want to send my condolences about you and your family, you know, losing your daughter and all that stuff. He was like, yeah. He was like, so you're running for governor. This is what I'm here to announce. Yeah. It was like, so, you're a good American boy, huh? Yeah, I am. And you got your lovely wife out here, huh? Yes, I do. So, you're a family man to all your children. My kids, yes, I had two kids, Amanda, who was unfortunately not here today anymore, and my son Wyatt. But it's interesting that you say that because I did my research, and you also have two other sons. Jim said, bitch, what? Maggie was like, cut this shit. Catherine was like, ain't this some bitch? I'm finna kill Celine. That's what Catherine looked like. I said, hey, woo. I knew Celine was finna do some shit. When she walked out of that headquarters and David said, don't come back no more, bitch. I just knew she was finna do some shit. She finally said, Julio, come on, let's do this shit, okay? And it was like, we got a satellite interview with your two sons and Celine, who live in the lower class section of Savannah. I said you made sure to say that it was lower class. Put it out there that you got your kids living in squalor. Couldn't even put them in a fucking lower middle class. You got them in a lower class. I said, go ahead, bitch. Call that motherfucker out. And you got the son and the other big son. The little son looked like, I don't know if y'all look at Extent with Halle Berry. And the little the humanoid thing, the little robot thing that played her son, that's who the little boy was looking like. I was like, is that him? With some makeup on or some shit? But I don't know. I was just like, shit. And they was like, cut this shit off, cut this shit off. What the fuck are you doing? Maggie gonna go ham on the lady, talking about this ain't journalism. This some tabloid ass shit that you doing. And, it was just a whole bunch of mess. I can't wait to see next week's episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this week's. If I missed something, put it down in the comments. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.